Hey everyone, Andreas here. So this is gonna be like a vlog thingy. I think I hopefully be doing like bi-weekly or something on the progress of my game. So I've been working on Fusion projects for like a year now, I think. And I'm pretty used to using Fusion. I was kind of worried I wasn't able to in the end make what I would, but it seems like I'm going the correct path right now. So I always wanted to make a card game for like a while now, since I played a lot of Pokemon TCG with my brother and Hearthstone too, and Test Legends, all those similar to Hearthstone. I saw the announcement of Artifact. I was already like making paper copies of card games before that, and I think I learned a lot. So the original idea was to have I wanted to make a card game without units, just exclusively hero based, which you can see is possible by games like Slay the Spire, but ended up not going down that path. So instead, I went back to the drawing board. I remake I think I made four different ideas for a card game. So it was like a fantasy game with no units, which didn't work. There was like one with units, which wasn't as good. Then I made one that was futuristic, which was a cool idea, really cool cards, I think, but I don't think that's what I'm going for in the end. And then that's what I'm working on now, pretty much. So I worked on small Fusion projects for a while, like I told you, mostly not card games. I tried to make like 3 different card games in Fusion, and all I failed terribly because I coded it like a dum-dum. I used to do like individually try to code the cards, and then when you play card ID number 1, you do card ID number 1's effect. And then I had to do it for every single card game, which took like forever. It was like the worst thing ever. So I ended up skipping it like when I realized. Then I played Lost Kingdoms 2, and I realized I wanted to make like an action card game, but damn, there's so much to keep. My scoping, like my ability to use several units that are copies and players and stuff, is definitely like it wasn't good enough to do that. It's too confusing in the end, and I didn't do it properly, to be honest. So now, what I'm working on now it's called Artifact Copy, because it started out like similar to Artifact. But I think I have a pretty good idea where I want to take it now. So what I have programmed so far pretty much is the cards can be played. It works overall, like the game is playable now. You can win and you can lose. It's only a single match you can play. I was really inspired by playing wait, I gotta talk about. So what I did instead, I realized like a lot of the mistakes I made because I didn't simplify the code. So what I've done now is all cards, when you play them, they have a value that says which effects to do, and then the value of that effect. So for example, effect number 3 would be draw a card, and then the effect value would be how many cards to draw. And the same thing with add a specific card to your hand, then the value is which card to add. It's kind of limited right now because you can't, for example, add 2 cards to your hand, or like do 2 effects at once with each card. That's like the main thing I need to fix right now. But I haven't figured out how to do it yet, so I'm kind of skipping over it, doing other stuff. And then like so the game right now, how it works is creatures attack creatures opposite of them, which is really great. I got really inspired by playing the Elder Scrolls Legends, where you have to like make decisions. But this game is kind of different because Test Legends just like 2 lanes, and then you can attack whatever you want in the lane. In this game, it's just like 8. It's technically 8 lanes where you can only attack the opposite one. And it's really interesting on how like like, oh, this unit is too strong, so just whatever, just fill out the other lanes or something. Like, just try to avoid it. And also another thing I plan on doing is I want I'm gonna talk about it in a bit, I guess. So besides programming like the skeleton of the game pretty much, I also made a card editor, which is like the easiest editor to use ever. I save it all in like a notepad document, where it then loads into the game, and it's so easy to use. I had a friend who never even played video games almost, and he was able to make a card. and I was really impressed by how well it worked. Apparently, there's some small issues with it I haven't figured out how to fix yet, but I mean, it's some small bugs that are like exclusive to that area, but it's like so easy. So the plan is now I want my game to be single player first off. That's like the main thing, because I played Pokemon TCG2 for the Game Boy, like as a fun thing. My brother said I should try it out, and I played it. It was really, really great. And I thought like this idea is so cool. If you add like what we know today, you have to remember it's like made in the Game Boy area. So it's like the game is just fights. You fight like two small guys, then a boss, and the boss has a specific type deck, and that's just it. Like it's just a grind pretty much. And you make the best deck, and then you don't have to change anything. So, but what I want to do is I want to make it super single player focused. I hope to like combine the best of RPG games and card games into one. That's the idea. So I want like maybe you can like a card that so like imagine a lot of this is just like ideas right now, but I imagine it kind of like Pokemon but with cards. So like you go out into tall grass maybe, then you meet an enemy, and you defeat the enemy and you get their card maybe. So I could like quicker, like they would be like easy enemies, of course. And then you could have like items you could use during fights and stuff like that. I think that could be really cool. There's a lot of things I want to include, but I'm not sure if I'm going to yet. I'm considering like making the player objectively stronger throughout the game. So right now how the game works is you have 3 energy per round, and you play those energies, and there's some cards that like allow you to gain more energy than you normally would have, and let you play stronger cards. But I'm thinking about like maybe when I like start making the big part of the game, I'll have like your total amount of energy increase maybe have like a level up system. I really like level up systems. And also from Lost Kingdoms 2, I really want to have a card combining / level up system. That's I love stuff like that. It like improving your collection is like the fun part of card games, so I really want to have an element like that. But I haven't figured out how to do it yet. So yeah, like the older overworld stuff, I plan to have like two parts. So like the overworld, the battle, and the card editor. So similar to Pokemon. And I really want to make the editing tools public, like when I release the game, because it would be so cool if I could like everyone could just make their own cards and just do what they want. Sorry, I'm not sure where I am right now because someone came in. I kind of lost track. I was talking about the overworld stuff. So all the overworld stuff is all in my mind right now. I have no idea how it actually turns out. I could imagine actually creating an overworld would be a lot of work. So maybe I'll simplify it at first. I'm not quite sure yet. I think I'll go with like a really simple menu at first, where you're like, this is the fire area, for example, and you like button to find a random battle, button to fight the boss. Yeah, something like that maybe. I'll see, because I've seen like a lot of indie games, they stray away from the open world thingy. Like when I say open world, I mean like Pokemon open world. I don't mean like Skyrim stuff. I consider like making the 2D side scroller, but I think I just don't enjoy that too much. I guess it's not my type of thing. But yeah, anyways, I was talking about the editing, card editor. So I really want to make it like public when I release the game, because it's so easy to use. I really want like the game to just be open. It's just completely open, so you can just edit cards, edit the player, like just hack the game if you want, or if you want to play the game normally, you can do that too. But I feel like player, it's kind of like modding support, I guess. I have no like experience creating real games, I guess you could say. So it's kind of new for me, but I just know I want it to be easy for players to edit to what they want. And generally, how the game is set up right now is I can add and remove animations as I want, add and remove card as I want, and sound effects too. All those are like super editable, so that's really good. So yeah, I guess that's most what like wanted to talk about today. So like right now the progress looks like carded are mostly done with some small bugs. Gameplay mostly done. AI not done at all. It's just like so random. It doesn't work at all. But yeah, like gameplay it mostly works. I want to focus on right now is adding more effects to the game. Right now the only effects that are in the game are when you play the card. I want some effects that are when the card dies and when you could like activate cards. I haven't decided yet, but at least like something different than just playing cards. And then I want so and then I also want to add effects that I need to add multiple effects to the same card, and I want to add to fix the AI up a bit. And then I think like I'm a super good part way where I want to be. But right now it's just adding more effects. So I'm thinking that